So here we are at the Biohacking Conference in Beverly Hills, California. And tell us your name.
Christian Drapeau.
And tell us what you do here.
We developed a product that triggers the release of your own stem cells. So it's plant extracts, and within about 2-3 hours of consumption, we can measure in your bloodstream an increase of anywhere between 5 to 8 million additional stem cells in your circulation. They are your repair system. There's a direct link between how many stem cells you have in your circulation and your ability to repair. So that's what we do. Every day you can send a wave of stem cells that will do repair in your body.
And obviously this is such an amazing conference, so many people. Kind of what makes your product unique?
I believe that we are the only product, at least here, but even to a large extent on the marketplace, product that will significantly increase the number of stem cells in circulation, and by doing so taps into the whole new knowledge about stem cells. The more stem cells in your blood circulation you have, the better you can repair. The normal way of thinking of stem cells is I take them from the bone marrow or the blood or fat tissue, extract them, put them back in the body, which is still a valid approach. Our approach is these stem cells are therefore already in your body, bone marrow, blood, and fat tissue, so they're there. If they are so regenerative, how different are they in your body and compared to taken out and put back into your body? They're just as regenerative in your body. How can we tap into the stem cells in your body? And releasing them from your bone marrow is a natural phenomenon. We just basically enhance that natural phenomenon. So it's a novel approach. We coined it endogenous stem cell mobilization, and it's just a novel way of tapping into stem cells.
Yeah, and what I love about it, it's all natural, right?
It is all natural. These are extracts that we have developed over the years. Every single one of them was developed because we got some clues, some hunch, some data telling us that that plant is likely to have an effect on stem cells. Nobody tested the effect of plant on stem cells before. So when we have a good indication that a plant could have an effect, then we develop an extract and we go and we test it in the lab. So these are all plants that we have independently developed over the years.
Oh, yeah, and tested, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah, wonderful. And where can people find your product?
Caliagen.com. So that's KALYAGEN.com.
Wonderful. So thank you so much for taking the time. And how often do they have to take it's supplements, right?
Let me keep it generic, and I'll just let everybody decide what they want to do for them. Anytime you take 2 capsules, you will send a wave of 5 to 8 million stem cells to go and do repair. If you do this for a month, you will have released between 150 and 250 million of your own stem cells. If you see the benefits and you want to continue receiving these benefits, you continue. At the end, I think that the fundamental thing to understand is that past age 30, we have lost about 95% of our stem cells. There's a point in our life when we discover we're no longer Superman or Superwoman. That's because we've lost the balance between the number of stem cells in circulation and what you actually need to fully repair. The moment you fall in that area where you have a little deficit in your ability to repair, that means you accumulate a problem that will show up 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. You may feel better now after taking it for 2-3 months, but you're still going through a process of aging and slow decline. So if you can continue to support the release of stem cells, so the health that you have today, you keep it. So when you understand that, then, I've been taking it now for 20 years and I would never stop. But anybody can decide once you feel that you've done the repair you wanted to do, you can stop.
Great. And where can we find you on social media?
I'm at Stem Cell Christian, both on TikTok and Instagram, or also Kalyagen.
Oh, I love that name. That's great.
We were looking for something original, but my last name is not easy to spell for English people.
Yeah.
So, we just went for Stem Cell Christian.
I think that's great.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you.
So these are the ingredients that we have in Stem Regen. So the story behind all of these is that we started with blue-green algae. So I was hired by a company at the time in 1995, a company distributing, selling blue-green algae. The question was, what are the mechanism of action of this plant? So we did a number of studies. We identified a polysaccharide for its effect on the immune system, phycocyanin for its effect on inflammation, PEA for its effect on the brain. So we explained a lot of the benefits of this blue-green algae. But what we came across along the way is people benefiting from conditions or problems associated with function of the heart, of the lung, of the liver, of the pancreas, of the brain, joints. So the question was, what is this plant doing that is touching so many different aspects of human health? For a number of years, we had no answers until one day, a colleague of mine sent me an article. The title was Turning Blood into Brain. So it was a study on leukemia in which scientists irradiated female mice and inject stem cells coming from male mice. So they have the Y chromosome, so we can follow the reconstitution of the bone marrow in the blood. So the study demonstrated that the treatment works, but they found a brain cell, a neuron with the Y chromosome. So stem cells in 2000 do not become cells of tissues. They only become blood cells. So it kind of piqued my curiosity. I went in the scientific literature to look for, do we have other types of studies? And then I was able to find that stem cells could become also heart cells and liver cells. So in my mind, if stem cells can become heart, liver, and brain, they have to be able to become lung, pancreas, skin, and the rest. It's just a matter of time. And if they can't, matter of time to study them. And if they can become these different tissues, it has to be your repair system. How can a stem cell become a brain cell and it's not part of its function? So we basically published an article in the scientific literature in a journal called Medical Hypotheses, suggesting that stem cells are the repair system of the body. In the back of my mind, if you have a plant that supports stem cell release, because they are the repair system, they will go in the pancreas of the diabetic, the heart of the heart patient, the lung of the emphysema patient. You should see a broad variety of benefits. So these were our starting hypotheses. We went to the lab, we acquired a flow cytometer, we started to count stem cells, and we saw that indeed within an hour of consumption, we get about 25% increase in the number of circulating stem cells with the blue-green algae extract. So now we evolve in symbiosis with the environment. It cannot be there's just one plant having an effect on stem cells. So we started to look around, what are the plants known historically or in remote areas of the globe locally by healers, plants known to be associated with a broad variety of health benefits. And we started to study them, like goji berry, medicinal mushroom, seaweed. And through all these studies, we have selectively identified 5 plants that have a very significant effect on triggering the release of stem cells from the bone marrow. So we have sea buckthorn berry extract from the Tibetan plateau, aloe macroclada from Madagascar, noto ginseng from China, fucus vesiculosus from cold ocean, essentially Newfoundland, Patagonia, and then we've added beta-glucan and colostrum that supports the migration of these stem cells into tissues. So that's what we have with Stem Regen. You take 2 capsules, you put 5 to 8 million additional stem cells in your circulation, and you help them migrate into the tissues that are in need of repair.